Hi, everyone, and welcome back to a short outtake of an episode I recorded with Garry Stevens of the History in the Bible podcast. This one is a bit of a celebration of the 10 years of my creating the History of the Papacy podcast. In the course of 10 years of publishing the History of the Papacy, I have collaborated with Garry Stevens the most by far. I have published hours and hours of content with Garry, but hours of side conversations and ramblings have ended up on the editing room floor. Just for some context, I recorded my first episode with Garry all the way back in 2015. We've recorded a number of episodes and series. If you're interested, we have episodes on James the Just, the Book of Daniel, Gnosticism, and much, much more. We also always record on what is my late Saturday evening and his early Sunday morning, which always makes things really interesting. Today, I have one example of the sometimes ridiculous, sometimes funny, maybe entertaining ramblings of two fellows talking from almost exact opposite sides of the globe. Keep your eye out for some more special episodes celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the History of the Papacy podcast. Now I present to you the most boring side conversation in the history of podcasting. All right, I think we're getting back. I got us a little off track here. I am my allergies have been terrible. And then I got my first pair of bifocals yesterday.
All right.
What do I need to drink for when I can stumble around wearing bifocals? They're the transition, so I don't have the line.
Yeah.
So I have to keep looking weird at everything and try and find the right spot to focus at, depending on where what I'm looking at is.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I had the same thing when I got my multifocal lenses a couple of years ago. The first time you put them on, you go, oh, and you really do have to learn to, top for distant, down for this, and all that sort of stuff. Nowadays in the house, I don't wear glasses at all. But I've been wearing glasses since I was about 6 years old.
Yeah, I would have been about that same age.
Yeah.
I wish I had gotten just the distance, which I think I could have gotten that, because I don't mind doing the shuffle. Yeah. And I think it makes things a lot easier. Mm-hmm. They say that's worse for your eyes, taking the glasses on and off, but I don't buy that personally.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, over the years, I found one of the things about getting old is that everything stops working. So I now have my standard multifocals, but I also bought a pair of near-distance glasses and a pair of far-distance glasses. The near ones are good because the whole lens is just near, so you don't have to peer through the tiny, tiny little area of the multifocals. But I found that the distance glasses, I thought I could wear them outside. I can't. Yes, they work for distance, but anything which is sort of closer than, like this, you can't see. So if I get on a bus with my distance glasses on, my wallet is fuzzy if I take it out of my bag. It is really incredibly annoying.
You have to shuffle through three different...
I know. Yeah. 3 different lenses. Never grow old, Steve. Die young. That's my recommendation.
Well, I'm wearing bifocals. I'm well on my way.
Yeah. Do you find that they are helpful now, or are you still...
I think I'll probably know more in a couple of days because I just got them last night through this.
Okay.
They have these mail order places. They'll send you frames. You pick out your frames and then you give them your prescription and they'll send it out. But the thing is, then you don't know if they really did it. If they didn't do it right, then what are you going to do?
That's true. My 2 extra pairs, one near, one distant, I got them mail order because they're so much cheaper than an actual optometrist. But I've heard twice now, and I don't know if it's self-interest, but people say you should get your glasses from the person that gives you the prescription because apparently at an optometrist, your prescription is actually tweaked to their preferred manufacturer specifications.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So they're weird because they know that the manufacturer will have its own little secret sauce recipes for making the lenses with slight differences. And they build that into their prescription. So, no, I don't know if that's true. I mean, it could be just optometrists saying, no, mail order, no, bad. You got to buy it from us. Don't know.
When I got my latest optometrist exam, it was I went to a little storefront. They bring me into the back and they're okay, go in. And I'm like, well, where's the doctor? Then the screen turns on and it was a person in Florida. I asked them, I was, where are you? They're in Florida. And she's operating the machine, the machine. And
Really?
it was like being in a sci-fi movie. I don't think I would go back there again. I did not. I want the personal touch.
So there's this big machine over your eyes, and you weren't afraid that she might press a button and it goes bang, bang.
Because the person who was actually there, she left the room entirely, and then it's just this face floating because it's pitch dark in there, and it's just a face floating on the wall. That was very weird.
Sounds a bit creepy.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I mean, I've done doctor's appointments, even though the doctor is only 10 minutes away. It's still easier to just do it sitting in my house. But I don't know. That didn't feel quite as weird as going someplace. And then, I mean, what if it could have been a robot next time? Yeah. I mean, who knows?
And particularly if there's machinery involved.
Yeah. That was really weird too, that she's controlling the machinery.
No, I'd feel very disconcerted if there's moving machinery involved and there's no one else in the room.
And the doctor had no personality whatsoever, which was really weird too. So it really did feel like an AI.